Hello everybody, welcome back to Pixie Woo. I'm looking a bit like Ozzy Osbourne today with my centre parting. I am going to do a Huda Beauty makeup tutorial for you. I'm going to use all of her products. She doesn't have a brow product, or I don't have it, so I'm going to use a different brow, but I'll cut that out. However, I will put what I've used in the description box and a different mascara, but I am going to use her lashes. So let me get started and review these lovely products for you. I hope you enjoy. So I've already moisturised my skin. I use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Moisturiser because I like the way that finishes and the way makeup sits over that one. I've then got the Huda Beauty Primer. This is £27 and it is called Complexion Perfection. This is a moisturising makeup base. I'm going to put this on one side because I've actually personally already used this makeup to test it and I didn't like the way the foundation sat over the primer. I'm just going to take a Real Technique sculpting brush just to buff that over the skin. Now maybe this primer is great in slightly warmer climates, but for me, I didn't love it. I felt like it just looked like I had another layer of makeup on. And bear in mind that I am 37, so I'm not super young, not super old either, I'm in between. And too much makeup can sometimes look just that little bit too much. So I've got that on one side so you can be your own choice. It's quite a flat primer, it doesn't really do much. It's not really, I don't have many pores, but it doesn't look like it would sit in the pores too badly. Gives the skin a nice shine, a bit of a sheen over it. You can see like it's got a silky layer over the top of it. But that silky layer was one step too much for me. However, if you find that makeup doesn't stay on you, this would probably be great for you. It's not that kind of waxy, it's a tiny bit, but it's not a gel that just wipes over the skin and then it leaves a layer. It's not as heavy as that. I'm then going to go over the top of that with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. This is £32 and the colour that I've got is Cheesecake, 250 grams. This is a little bit yellow for me, but I was only sent quite dark shades. I'm actually going to swap brushes. I normally use the same brush as I use for primer for foundation, but this brush is already quite caked full of makeup from the primer, so I'm going to swap for a cleaner brush because I think it's going to make the foundation sit that little bit better. So this foundation is available in 30 shades. It goes from the very fair light, I'm in the light category, but it does go extremely fair, and then it goes all the way down to rich. So it does cover a lot of colours. So it is a very full coverage. It's great for someone that maybe has a little bit of pigmentation problems. You know, they get darker under the eyes, or there may be different tones throughout the face. I love that, and I think you should mix foundations for that, but you might not love it. It would be great for someone who gets a 5 o'clock shadow and they want to make sure that that doesn't come through, then this is going to be a great high coverage for you. If you use a sponge and push it over the skin, you're going to get that bit more coverage. This is great for someone who is very young and doesn't have any lines or any wrinkles. Now, I'm not a massive fan of very, very full coverage purely because I don't really need one, but I understand that some people want a bit more coverage because they feel a little bit maybe insecure about their skin, or their skin just needs a bit more. Then that's totally fine, and this is a great foundation for that. You would use it with a dry sponge if you want to use a sponge for it, because if you wet this sponge, it's just going to roll the products. It's not going to apply it very well. Right, the foundation sits on the skin pretty matte. I have worn this and it doesn't move all day. In fact, I preferred the side that didn't have the primer on. Personally, it didn't move at all. And actually, it came off beautifully as well. I was really thinking, oh my God, this is going to be impossible to take off, because it felt like didn't feel heavy in any way, but it felt like it was embedded into my skin, but it came off beautifully. So yeah, I think that's really, really good. If you want a full coverage, I think this is great. I think it might actually be great on someone with a slightly oilier skin, so that your oils can help it move a little bit. Probably not so great for someone that has quite fine lines around the eyes, because it will show them up a little bit more. Then on to eyeshadows. The eyeshadow palettes all come with 18 shades in, and they have different textures. So in this one, you have 8 buttery matte, which are along the top. You've got 6 pressed pearl, 3 duo chrome toppers, and 1 glitter, which is here. This one is called Dusk, Desert Dusk palette. And then this one is the textured shadow palette in the rose gold edition. I'm going to work from the Desert Dusk palette. I'm going to start with my Real Techniques Instapop shade brush, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of Eden, which is this one here. I'm going to use that as my base colour. Now this is not meant to be a natural makeup brand, so I'm not going to do a natural makeup for you. So the eyeshadows are completely talc free and they have a great colour payoff and hardly any fall down. So in terms of eyeshadows, I think these matte ones are really good. Well, I'm using a brush that's slightly tapered so that it fits under there. I'm then going to take a defining crease brush and I'm going to go in with these darker colours. I might mix a little bit of oud with a little bit of saffron. This is a crease brush, so I just want to see how that just pushes through here. These again are the matte colours. I'm just going to take a slightly smaller precision smudge brush and just work those colours under the eye a bit. I want to get quite close under here. And then there's a tiny weeny bit of fall down, but the amount I've been blending, I'm not surprised. So just clean that up with my brush and repeat on the other eye. So I just matched up the other eye, and while I did that, I put the brows on, as it's not a Huda product, but I used the Estee Lauder Doublewear Brow, and this is in the colour black brown. It has a highlighter on the other side as well, so you can get right in and highlight after the brows. Then I'm going to go in with a touch of liner. Now, I don't have a Huda liner either. I don't think they do eyeliner. So I have got a Laura Mercier black liner, black gel liner. And I'm going to use this on a MAC 210 brush. I'm going a tiny bit thicker with the liner than I would necessarily always go, because the lashes are quite thick stemmed, the Huda lashes. So I'm going to go back in with some different textures of eyeshadows. I like this one, which is Angelic, and I also like Nafiti. So I'm going to maybe mix these two. Oh, Cashmere's nice too. I'm going to mix these together a bit. Let's start with Angelic. I can touch up the liner again, should I need to. I need a slightly smaller, firmer brush. These are a little bit more dusty, so there's a little bit more fall down on these. So you probably want to push these ones over the eye a bit more. I'm then going to take a little bit of Blood Moon, which is this one here. Try and get that a little bit round the socket. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of my concealer. This is a NARS concealer in Light 3 Honey. I just want to push that over there, because I think that the eyeshadow needs something to cling to, the glitter. I'm hoping this will do the job. I think I might have to use my finger for the glitter eyeshadow as well, you know. Yeah. Far better with a finger. So I have a couple of the highlighter palettes. These are £40 each. One with slightly more goldy tones and one with slightly lighter, more peachy tones. I'm going to go for this one. So, this bit, you warm up first. Because this, it's very cold in this room. This is a liquid, so we need to really warm that up. I'm going to use my fingers for this, because I think that is what is going to work best. Now, once I apply this, if you can't see me from space, then I will be seriously annoyed. They are like so high shine. So let's do this on the other side. I know my niece has already got her eyes on all of this makeup. She's like, oh, I want that. I had to take it from the office because I knew she was going to steal it before I'd done the video. I'm going to take a little bit of that just down my nose. And on my Cupid of bows. So for those of you that want a high shine, this may be the product for you. I'm going to take a soft fan brush, and I think I'm going to start with the slightly more yellow one and just dust it over. I don't need to pick up too much, and I think a fan brush might pick up enough. Any other brush might pick up too much. It's definitely got a good shine. Let's go in with a really light white one. This is a Real Techniques brush crush brush. Just going to take a little bit of that just in here, a little bit on my brow bone. I need to add a touch of bronzer because I just look too sci-fi for me. Now I have all these liquid strobes here, but I'm going to go for a liquid matte because I hate liquid mattes. Now there's plenty of lip colours. I think I'm going to go for maybe Crush. Let's give Crush a go. I don't really like the smell. I have to say that. I don't like it. I never like the smell of these. Oh, it smells gross. I think it's vanilla. And it's seriously tingling my lips. I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to go over it with a lip liner because it needs to adhere to the lips. Now what I will say is I have worn these lipsticks before, this one, to test them. I hate these matte lipsticks that stick to your lips. These ones are nice. And it doesn't kill me to say it because I actually want to promote brands and I want to, especially brands that are reasonably new, I want to give them credit and say that they brought out a nice thing. This wears really nice. It doesn't crack on the lips. It's very, very lightweight. It's one of my favourite matte finish. Is it liquid mattes? Yeah, it's one of my favourite liquid mattes. And I really dislike them. But I think this one's good. I have then got this lip liner. This one is in the colour Trendsetter. So this is £16, the lip contour. And the liquid mattes are £18. I'm not against those two working together. I think they look quite nice together. And last thing I need to do is choose a set of eyelashes to use. Shall I be Giselle, Lana, Scarlett, Sasha, Farah, Noelle, Harmony, Samantha, Jade are the ones that I used before and I quite liked Jade if I remember. I'm going to go for Harmony. I think they look nice. They're kind of separated. Are they separated when you get them out? Oh yeah, they're all separate, which is really nice. I like that. So I'm going to go for Harmony because I can't deal with lashes when they're too close in the eye, especially the ones that have got these thick black stems, and all of these have got thick stems which don't work with me because I'm a bit allergic to glue. I've then got the Huda glue. This is £14. It has got latex in, so if you are allergic to latex, it is not for you. It is a black glue, so it's going to set black. So if you've not got liner on, which you couldn't do with these lashes anyway because they've all got a thick stem, then you'd have to put liner on with this glue. I feel like I've gone a bit safe with the lashes. So there you have the finished Huda beauty tutorial and review. I hope you've enjoyed it. I tried to do a full makeover so you could see what the makeups look like. This isn't the sort of makeup that I would wear. I do, however, think it's really, really lovely. I do think it lasts really well, and if you're someone that wants full coverage, this is a great brand for you. The products are lovely. The liquid lip, and I hate liquid lips, I like. I think this one's really good once I can get past the vanilla smell of it. The eyeshadows are nice. They take a bit of working, but they're nice. The glitters I think are best to be used with fingers. The lashes are lovely. They've got a very thick stem, so you have to work with them a little bit and you make sure you wear a liner. Other than that, the highlighter you can see from Space. So if you want high shine, that's the one for you. The prices are reasonable. I think they're top end, but you're going to get a lot of wear from your product and you do get a lot for your money. I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, PixieWoo, and don't forget to leave us some feedback. Hope you've enjoyed it. Have a lovely day and I will see you next time. Take care.